Hey there Boyzklub users, my name's Firewolf and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use torrent sites to get free programs, films, music and software, whatever you want is pretty much out there. I've been asked to mention by the admin that Boyzklub do not in any way endorse piracy. It does cost the industry millions. The reason I'm doing this tutorial is for educational purposes and giving you a chance to try products before you actually do go out there and buy them. So, you know, if you do download a film and you like it, go out and buy the Blu-ray or whatever it is you're downloading. Okay? The first thing you're going to need is this program here called uTorrents. And you can download that at utorrents.com. It's best to do it directly from this site. If you Google uTorrents, you'll get a load of other sites that offer you the same product but try and sell you it. This product is completely free, safe to use, and yeah, don't buy it, it's free. Go to utorrents.com. Obviously just click on the free download and you'll get the program there. Once it's installed, obviously run it and I'll show you how to use it next. The next thing to do, you need to actually find the programs or music or whatever it is you want to download and try. You won't always get the latest version because, well, people don't always get it and then stream it, but you know, the version you will get will always be pretty much the version before the latest. And if you go to this site here, I'll give you the link in the actual forum, so don't worry about trying to remember it. Here's a site that's got a list of all the top 10 torrent sites. Now, a torrent is basically where somebody's managed to get hold of a film, program or music and then put it onto a P2P, which is peer-to-peer file sharing system, so that you can actually download the program and install it yourself without actually having to go out and buy it. Each site has its own merits. For example, if you flick through this particular site, they'll give you a little rundown of what it's about and what you can get. For example, this one's good for great films. My favourite one here is BT Junkie. So if we go to the BT Junkie site, one of the programs you will actually need is a program called Power ISO or Magic ISO. Again, it's a great example of how to use a torrent site, so I'll show you how to get it. You know, if you just scroll down, you can see a list of all the things that people have been downloading, popular stuff. The categories video, which is usually like films and stuff, software, which are programs, and obviously software. TV shows, you've got music on there as well, which comes under audio, which will be there. And if you look in this little section here, you'll see a rating between each sort of thing. Like, for example, here is the Expendables, and apparently it's got a 99% sort of glow-in report, so you can safely say that it's safe to download. But we will need Power ISO, so we're going to type in this search box here the program you want, in this case Power ISO. You can either go to Go or just hit enter, and then it will give you a list of all the versions of Power ISO it's got. Now, I've actually looked at this previous, so what I'm going to do is show you the first one, and just to give you an idea how to use these sites, if you click on it, this window here opens, and then you get loads of comments on what's actually going on and whether it's worth downloading. A lot of people here say it's nice, but there's a lot of people that are saying there's a virus on it. Okay, but one thing you've got to take into account that all programs usually come with a key generator that actually makes the product you're buying workable and not like a trial one. So all key gens do show up as viruses, so you know, if when you install it alarm bells start going, try not to panic. You know, they're not always viruses or trojans. It is the actual key gen itself working. I'll tell you a safe way of getting around that anyway, using a program called Sandybox a bit later. But for this purpose, I'm not going to use that particular version. I'm going to go back down, and then if you look at this one, it's got like a glowing 99% sort of vote, and if we click on there, and again, I've already looked at this, but the great thing is, you know, all the comments, this is great, you know, perfect. You know, you can't really argue with that, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually download it. And now, bearing in mind, you do need that program that I just told you about called uTorrents. So if you hit the download button, you will get a little window pop up. Now, what you need to do is say open. We're not actually saving it yet, because we're actually just opening in a torrent, which will become clear in a second. So hit open. It will just do a little kind of thingy-me-bobby. all of a sudden this window pops open, telling you what it is you're actually downloading. In this case, it's the key generator that gives you the actual serial number to make the program workable, the actual program itself, and a readme text, which is probably any instructions you need how to install. If you hit OK, the next program that opens is the uTorrents program that you downloaded earlier, assuming you have. If it doesn't open, it's actually here anyway, in your little bottom corner. Now I've actually got this one downloading. As you can see already, I've got 86% downloaded. It's a very, very small program, and there you go, download complete. Now it will download it to whatever file you specify. So in my case, I know it's in downloads, so bear with me, I'll just open it up. So in my folder downloads, here's some of the stuff I've actually downloaded earlier. If you pay attention to that particular one there, that's called an ISO file, and it's usually denoted by a little kind of silver or gold disc, in my case gold here. Most people say it's silver. Other files you might download are zip files. Again, you'll need a program like WinZip or WinRAR or 7-zip, which I personally use to extract that particular file. I will tell you about these ISOs in a second, but for now, PowerISO is the one we just downloaded. Okay, so again, you've got the readme text, which is usually a bit of information on how to install it. Yep, very handy to know. Again, the keygens come in a zip form, so in my case, I would go to 7-zip and open the archive to actually get hold of that. There's the actual PowerISO program, so you'd obviously read the instructions. In some cases, it tells you to disconnect from the internet so it doesn't register. But yeah, that's the basic principle of it. You can also download films and stuff in exactly the same fashion. If I go back 1 second though, once you've installed the PowerISO, what you need to do is, for example, this program here is called Morphox, sorry. And what I would do to open it, because it's an ISO file, I would right click on it, and then I would go to PowerISO and extract. In a second I'll pop up. Now it's actually asking me if I want to burn it to a CD, which is my E drive. In this case I don't, but sometimes some programs you do have to actually mount onto a CD and then pop the CD back in again once it's burnt onto the DVD or whatever format, and then it'll actually auto run itself. But just for the tutorial, I don't want it to actually burn onto a DVD, so I'm going to cancel that for a second. There's the actual program itself. It's actually a RAR file, and again, using whatever program you want. I use 7-zip, but if you was to go to extract, oops, no, sorry. Actually, no, if you just click on it, that's strange. Yeah, just in this case, it looks like you do have to actually extract it to a CD for it to run. So, or you can, I should imagine, extract it to your desktop. For example, if I was to go there, hit extract, that would then open up a little window, and there you go, there's a program. And obviously if you was to open it, it would run, start installing. As I say, the other program I was telling you about is a program called Sandybox, which I'll tell you about in a second. If you was to run it with the Sandybox, what Sandybox does is quarantines anything so that it will open and run the program, but it won't allow it to say, if it does have a virus or anything, it won't allow it to actually infect your computer. So it'll actually do its main bit, but it will not contaminate the rest of the system, which is quite handy to have, and I'll tell you how to install that in a minute. So that's pretty much the principle of using a torrent site. When you get this window, you'll have a little graph showing you what the speed's downloading and how it's downloading. One thing I always do is right click and click bandwidth for allocation. You can actually click on the speed, upload speed limit, so that you're obviously sharing stuff as well that's in that file. So you can actually reduce that if you want, or you can have it unlimited if you want to quite happily share it with other people. Download speed is obviously unlimited. The priority is high. It usually comes with a number when it's downloading. It'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how many you're downloading, and that'll tell you the order and sequence. This part here tells you how many people are actually online with that particular program and how many people are seeding it, which is, you know, sharing it to other people. So yeah, that's pretty much the uTorrents thing.